Hey, it's Brian here with another dance tutorial. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make your dance moves look better so it doesn't look like you're just going through the motion when you're dancing. Okay, so check it out. When a lot of guys start dancing, they just go through the motion. I think you know what I mean here. They do the moves like this for the step touch, and it doesn't look like much. So now I'm going to show you a couple things you can do, some really easy things that you can actually do to make your dance moves look a lot better. Okay, so the first thing here is the pauses, okay? So what I mean by this is you're going to add a pause into your movements instead of rushing through them. For the step touch, it can look like that, or it can look like this. See the difference? Okay, so I added a tiny pause into these steps. When I step to one side, I'm here. When I bring this foot in, I'm gonna pause for a split second before I go to the other side. So instead of going through the motion like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright? So it's that tiny pause, but it makes a big difference. One more time. When I step to one side, bring this foot in, I'm gonna go pause. Alright, so it's kind of like a hit, and I'm gonna wait for a split second, and I'm gonna go to the other side, and boom. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's that accent. It's like hit and hit, hit and hit. I know it takes a little bit of practice, but once you learn the actual footwork for whatever dance step you're doing, then you can go boom. You can actually add a little bit more flavor or a little bit more feeling into the move with the accent or the pause. Okay, so for the second thing here is another variation for the pause. You can come up for the bounce, boom, and you can whip. Okay, so you can hit and hit, hit and hit. So unlike some of the other dance moves that you do, you can just go through the motion like so, which is not too bad either. You can come up, stop, 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 stop. So when you come up, it's kind of like tensing up your muscles. You're going stop, all right? Kind of like freeze. And then you're coming back down, freeze, freeze, and freeze. So boom and boom, boom and boom. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So instead of just going through the motion like this, you can add that accent into the movements, right? Hold and hold, hold and hold. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and. Okay, so obviously, like I was saying before, you want to get used to the motion of the dance move itself. So you want to learn the dance move, and then you can start to play around with it a little bit more. But basically, you want to add the pauses into your movements or add the accent into your movement, and you can do that by either waiting or flexing. So flex, flex, boom. So it's stop and stop, picture pose, picture pose. Okay, so those are the 2 simple tips that you can basically put into use to make your dance moves look a lot better instead of just going through the motion.